be honest with you, Becca.
Mm.
I want to have a sales manager and basically everybody else in the positions I can trust, and I can work on what I want to work on.
Yeah.
I I wanted to work on growing EcoStar and developing EcoStar. So over the course of the last couple of years, I did that.
Yeah.
And now to keep it sustainable, I need the sales to sustain that.
Yep.
Hence, sales manager, real sales manager.
Well, yeah, it's
So
just gonna.
if that stays sustainable, and then I have like weekly meetings just to make sure I know what the fuck's going on, keep myself in the loop like that. If they're hiding like some shit from me here and there, no big deal. I don't need to know everything.
Yeah.
But I just don't want to deal with that part of it anymore. And I think that's why I've checked out, because I had so much bullshit this year. That's why I'm just so checked out.
Yeah.
Everybody does their job right. Everything works well.
Well, I mean, your role can really kind of transition into, like you said, like a once a week meeting, like a staff meeting with your in-house, then maybe one meeting with your whole sales team if you want to. But just everybody brings you their numbers. You just have a
Yeah,
structure to that weekly meeting.
I want to be cool with the salespeople, but I don't want to be like super accessible Joe to the
Yeah,
salespeople.
right.
I don't.
Well, and that'll actually increase your value and your impact too, because if ever you do have to intervene with something, it's like they're not so familiar with you that it makes it like less of an impact.
Okay.
Like they know you so well that buddy factor kind of plays a role. But when you've got a team that's like, oh shit, Joe's actually coming in to talk to us now, it's like we better get our shit together. So it just gives you
Yeah.
another tier, which is a huge advantage because, for example, I was just talking to a business owner from Kansas yesterday or the day before or something. And one of the things he's complaining about was he's like, I can't get these guys to do what I tell them to do. But he's a one-man show. So he does everything himself as far as sales management, production management, like the whole thing. And so it's like we talked about he wanted to do some coaching because of the alternative voice phenomenon. Like when somebody else says something, people have a
When
tendency
you
to
have
listen.
kids, you know all about it.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like you tell your kids it's something super cool to do all the time. Like, dude, it's cool to wear your pants around your waist and not actually down to your knees. And then they're like, nah. But then like their best friend's dad says it and you're like, oh, okay. And then they pull their pants up and you're like, what the hell? I've been telling you this for like 6 months now. It's just that whole effect.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I really want to just keep this as a self-sustained business, and I really want to focus on developing the CrossFit
Mm-hmm.
and my business and my T-shirt business.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, you just have to have clear objectives about it. Like, if you're going to have multiple businesses, then you have to have just a bottom line. Like, how much do I need to pull out of this business each year to make it worth my time? So, but
Sure.
the less involved you are, which is what you're doing, is slowly kind of removing yourself from those roles, the less it really has to make because you're not trading time for money anymore. So if you can
No.
be uninvolved 90%, even if you're only pulling out like $200,000 a year, if it's scaled way down or something, it's like, who gives a shit? It's basically for, you know, 30 hours of my time a year. Like I can passively make this or, whatever the numbers are for whatever venture you're doing. But here's the
That's
great
how it
thing
needs to
about
be.
having staff, which I wish that more business owners would understand, is having staff. It's like you can look at it as, well, but now I have to pay someone. Like let's just say $100,000. We'll just use that number. It's like, well, shit. If I bring this person on, I'm going to be spending, X amount on salary and then X amount of commissions that I could be collecting myself. Like it's $100,000. It's like, yes, but what is that role that you no longer have to fill up with your time and energy going to allow you to do, whether it's in your business to grow it or in a different venture, like you've got a handful of different things that you want to work on. What kind of revenue is that going to allow you to create outside of your business that you cannot do without having somebody take care of those roles and responsibilities that right now you have to do?
Oh yeah.
So that's what's up.
Mm-hmm.